Welcome back, everybody. It is 12:12. We want to get straight up to Bruce Hafner in the Arizona Family News Chopper. There's a chase happening, and it looks like it's in Central Phoenix. Bruce, where is this happening? This guy's all over the place. Bruce, can you hear me?
All right. Well, this guy was driving a Honda Pilot, and then he went into the Biltmore, and he basically carjacked a vehicle, and I'm getting mixed minus here, folks. So got to shut off the IFB. So here we go down Indian School. Just went over 16th Street. So he's approaching probably 12th Street right there. Getting ready to turn south on 12th Street, right by the school. And I'm getting mixed minus, guys, sub-control. Anyway, as he went into the parking garage. The Phoenix Police Department was following him well behind. He couldn't see any police cars, but he wasn't really driving erratically in the first car, but now after he carjacked somebody, he's been driving pretty crazy as he goes through 12th Street down to Osborne. This should be Osborne here, right by the country club, and now he's heading westbound. No, he's turning around. He's going to go eastbound. That's 12th Street and Osborne right now, folks, and he's going eastbound, and we're not sure where he's going to head off to, obviously. But he's been driving pretty erratically. At one point down 24th Street, he was driving in the oncoming traffic for quite a while. It was thankfully nobody, got into an accident with this guy. But at this point, we're just following him. It looks like he's slowed down a little bit, driving a little bit less crazy. But there, right when I say that, he's going to go in the middle lane, and he's approaching 16th Street right here. And let's see what he does at 16th. Just made a turn without stopping, obviously. And now he's heading down 16th Street from Osborne, folks.
And Bruce,
in the wrong lanes right now.
Do we have, I don't know if your mixed minus has been taken care of. Do we have any, he's alone at this point? He carjacked somebody and that person was able to get out of the car?
We never saw the carjacking because he went into the parking garage at the Biltmore. We couldn't see him in the parking garage. And then the next thing we know, we see him driving like that across the parking lot. And that's how we picked him up. He was driving very erratic. And we saw, obviously we thought he must have carjacked somebody, and then we heard it on the scanner. So he carjacked somebody in the parking garage. We don't know if he hurt that person when he carjacked him. But at this point, driving around Phoenix, now this would be probably... let's see, it's hard for me to glance out. This looks like he's going down Thomas Road here in Phoenix.
And from where you are, if you pull back, how far back do you see Phoenix police or any law enforcement right now?
There's none behind him close. The airplane is high up above the Phoenix police airplane they have for surveillance. We did see one of those tanks that they use to bring SWAT crews into, areas where they need to make felony arrests. We saw them up by the Biltmore area, and then we saw the police officers in white cruisers. Look at him, he's going right through this intersection, right around all the vehicles. Against probably a green light there for the arrow coming the other way. And once again, we don't know how this all started, if the car he was in before was his or if that was a stolen as well. We just, got a call to get up in the air and that there was a pursuit going on. And it was really hard to find him at first, so he wasn't driving erratically. And then once he carjacked somebody out of the blue Honda Pilot,
right.
Look at this guy just making turns. Now he's going down Central.
Okay.
And that's Central and Thomas there over the, we're over the tall buildings. He's going to get into some busy traffic as he heads down Central Avenue.
We're in the lunch hour right now. A lot of people are going to be more than maybe an hour or two ago. More people are going to be out on the streets of Phoenix right now, out grabbing lunch, or the early shift folks ending their day. And he's not even slowing down as he approaches those intersections. It doesn't look like.
No, and that's the biggest fear for all of the law enforcement agencies trying to get this guy off the road safely. They're trying to do it safely. That's why nobody's behind him with any lights. He can't see any police officers. They're staging all around him, I'm sure, on side streets and ready to do whatever they can to try to get him off the road. But at this point, they don't want to encourage him to go any faster or drive any more recklessly than he's already driving. Here he goes through the downtown area. He's coming up on traffic here. He's going to have to... So he sees traffic. Now he can't get in that parking lot. What's he going to do here? He doesn't know what to do.
So he's going to, it looks like he was going to try to turn in.
Up on the sidewalk.
There he goes. They're going to try to block him. And again, this is one of those situations.
He's going the wrong way up Central now.
This is one of those situations where all
Onto the light rail.
municipalities they're all engaged in this, so that if he does change cities, he's up on the light rail tracks right now, up Central Avenue.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Right. He's on light rail right now.
And now he is
going up Central Avenue. Now he's back in the driving lanes.
Right. He's back in the right direction, which is at least something. Again, and now he's heading northbound now, Bruce. Is that?
Northbound on Central.
Toward Thomas. There's Thomas.
Yeah, I don't want to pull out too far to lose him, but
yeah. So
see what he's going to do
you know,
there.
if folks are watching us, I know we're streaming your shot. I have going right now. If you know anybody who works
this is Virginia
or lives in Central Phoenix,
this
he
is
just
Virginia.
turned left onto Virginia, heading west onto Virginia. Bruce, it's a white. Looks
now
like
he's going north behind these buildings.
SUV.
What's he going to do here?
Keep, steer clear.
Yeah, it's just he. Oh my God! Through a fence. Just went through a chain link fence of a field that was kind of fenced in.
Right.
And going down a neighborhood street now. This is pretty dangerous. Well, it's always dangerous. Everything he's doing is dangerous. But through a neighborhood, you don't know if there's going to be children in the neighborhood playing. But he's going at a high rate of speed through the neighborhoods to the west side of Central.
There's a lot of folks, a lot of different businesses, schools, homes in Central Phoenix. It's a combination of things. So now he is turning on to 7th Avenue. Is that right?
Let's get up there. I believe that's 7th Avenue, and we're coming up to a stop. He's got traffic going. Now he's forced onto, look at this guy. Oh, right. And that would be Thomas.
All right,
so he's on Thomas westbound now from 7th Avenue, and oh no.
Yeah.
No, this is not good.
No, because now he is encountering some traffic. He is crossing the line again.
He's not going to stop, and that's the biggest problem. That and like I say, the police department, they've done enough of these to know how to do them as safely as they possibly can. They're way back. I don't see any cars around, and they've learned that when they follow these guys, when the guy makes a U-turn, he sees them, and then all of a sudden they become more erratic and driving more dangerously. So they don't want that to happen. So they give him a wide berth, and once again, they're following him in the airplane and the Phoenix Police helicopters up here as well, right underneath us.
Yeah, so where is it? I know it's hard for you. You're trying to keep a tight shot on him. We have people, we're trying to figure out exactly what street he's on. I mean, he's been all over the place. It looks like he's, I was going to say, around 15th Avenue. I wonder if he's going to try to get on the I-17.
That was Osborne there. That was Osborne, and now, yeah, it's 15th. He's running up, I think that's 15th. Once again, he's going so fast, it's hard for me to grab street signs. I don't want to lose him.
Yeah, you stay on him. We're going to try, what we're seeing is he went from Central to 7th. Now he's on maybe 15th. He is approaching the I-17.
What is that? Here's Indian School.
Okay, so 15th Avenue. Now he's heading, is that west on Indian School? So I would imagine that DPS is all over the interstate, ready to perhaps use stop sticks. Bruce, in your history of covering these things, what is the protocol for something like this through the city streets?
You know, like I say, they try to do it as safely as possible for all the citizens out there who are minding their own business, going about their daily lives, and then you've got this guy driving all around erratically. He's not going to stop at the stoplights, and that's what's the most dangerous. If somebody's going through the intersection and he T-bones them, you know, they don't want that to, the reason that to have happened is because they're right behind him and causing him to drive fast. At this point, once again, there's no pilots, or excuse me, no, you know, squad cars behind him. I'm looking for some other stuff. There's no squad cars behind him, but here he comes to a light. And look at a bicyclist there. And I didn't see what street that was, but probably 21st, 23rd Avenue, something like that, going up into a neighborhood here. Right by, looks like a school there, or those are apartments. There's a bicyclist again. A lot of people out. On the streets.
Again, this is kind of a busy time when, I mean, thank goodness kids are still in school, but a lot of people out for their lunch break right now. It looks like it's a white Lexus. I'm not sure if you're able to even identify what kind of car this is. But again, this all started, folks, just maybe 10, 20 minutes ago when Bruce got the call to launch carjacking inside the parking garage at the Biltmore. So that is over off of Camelback. And we've just been watching this person weave in and out of traffic going the wrong direction through central Phoenix. Bruce, it looks like he is now into an apartment
complex.
Yeah, apartment complex.
Yeah, he's cutting through, and you know, they just drive here, there, and everywhere. They're just, you know, trying to evade law enforcement, and trying to keep from going to jail.
Yeah.
And that's what we've seen over and over again. They're just trying to stay away from getting captured.
How far?
And there's so there was a school bus there. I didn't know where this was. Let me see where we are. There's I-17, so he's going to hit the outer road on I-17. The only way he can go is north, and that would be Campbell, I-17 and Campbell. So let's see what he does. Let's see if he gets on the freeway. Then it becomes a dicier situation.
Yeah. Yep. We've been watching him again try to figure his way west. It makes me wonder if he's from here. If he he just seems to be randomly choosing streets to turn onto. Not sure of where he is, because now he seems to have just stumbled upon the interstate. And sure enough, it looks like he is taking that on ramp. Or no, he's not.
No, he's jumping onto. I think that's probably Camelback. Yeah, because Bethany's the next one. And here he goes behind traffic. He's going to get stuck in traffic because here at Camelback, right over the freeway I-17, he's going to come up on 35th Avenue and all those streets, 43rd, crowded streets. Yeah. And let's see what he's doing here.
So again, right now, folks, he is on Camelback, right west of the 17, getting, is that near GCU? Oh, there he goes over the curve.
Yeah, let's see there. Is that GC? Yeah, it's right in between GCU. The I-17 GCU is a little bit to the left of where he is now, and to the right. And he's going up. What was that? Coulter I just saw.
He
passed Coulter on. This must be, I think, 23rd Avenue. He's probably on.
So 23rd Avenue and Camelback, continuing to pay no mind to the traffic, heading northbound. Again, continuing to keep police. They're watching from the air, and Bruce, we know that they're coordinating efforts on the ground. It's just like you said. It's just a very it's a tricky situation for them when you have so many people on the roads right now in the middle of the day.
Right, and this is Bethany home. He just went through northbound on 23rd Avenue. And like I say, we're not sure what he's wanted for. We don't have any of that information yet. It could have been something as simple as him not stopping for a traffic stop and he didn't have his license or whatever. We don't know how this all started. All we know is that the police have been following him for a while. And also they have an airplane up high with surveillance on him. So he's not going to get away. We just hope that they can take him into custody safely.
Are you hearing anything on scanner? I don't know if you have the scanner traffic up in the chopper. Are you able to listen in to kind of hear?
You know, we're on all the aircraft frequencies. Okay. We're in contact with the Firebird helicopter flying up here with them safely, and another TB helicopter. We're just coordinating our flight with them to make sure that we're doing this safely. I didn't find the scanner channel. It was encrypted, and we had a tough time finding it. Here he goes back over towards I-17. He's on Bethany, and let's see what he's going to do
now
here.
He's hitting some traffic.
Now this is bad. He's going down the off-ramp of a freeway.
All right, so we should mention to people that they're listening to your voice, but we do have this on a video delay in case something does happen that is could be upsetting to viewers. So what we're hearing, Bruce, when he can see a few seconds ahead of what we're actually seeing. So this man is now heading the wrong way down the frontage road off the I-17. So those lanes going the other way, those are the southbound lanes, and he's heading northbound, it looks like, on the southbound frontage road north of Camelback. So again, if you live or work in Central Phoenix and you are going to just sit tight and let's let the police departments involved in this get this person off the road so we know that you're safe. So now he's turning west, it looks like, again, into a residential neighborhood.
Right, going through a neighborhood. And, you know, the problem with this is, like he just did earlier, he had a blue Honda Pilot. We never saw the Honda Pilot, but we finally caught up with the police department who were behind him, and that's when he went into the Biltmore and ended up carjacking somebody. This car, he stole this car from somebody in the parking garage, and we've seen that before. We've seen that before where, you know, we haven't seen it, I should say. We've been over parking garages before, and they've gone in there, and then they find somebody who's parking their car, and they steal the car from them, and that's what this guy did, and he's really going at a high rate of speed now.
Yeah, we can see the clear difference between how fast he's going and the people that he's passing. I'm actually kind of surprised, Bruce, that he hasn't hit anything yet, whether it be a light pole, a building, or another car. I mean, he was driving on the light rail tracks when he was on Central, just south of Thomas, so he's very brazen in his actions, and I am surprised that he hasn't hit anything or compromised the ability of the car that he's in any way.
Right, exactly. And the first time we caught, you know, the first time we saw him, he was driving across the Biltmore Park. Oh, he just hit something.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
Folks, we want to thank
a stop stick or something.
Okay, so they are kind of zeroing
so here
in on
it's
him.
going to come to an end here. He's got a bad tire now because he hit something. I'm not sure if that was a stop stick, but here he comes through a neighborhood.
So it looks like he's down a tire.
Crazy through a neighborhood.
Yeah, he's losing a little bit of control.
Yeah,
here.
he's got one tire that's out. One tire, his left rear tire. We saw something explode. There he goes.
Oh.
He's just losing control. Look at this guy.
Yep,
here
right
he goes.
into
Two of them.
a house.
Two of them.
Okay, so
right.
two guys in that car now on the run, jumping out of the car.
And there's a dog in this yard. This guy right here. Who is that, a woman? That's a woman, a girl. The police department's pulling in. We didn't see the guy where he went in the backyard of the home.
He jumped
Let's
over.
get to the backyard. Okay, I think he's jumping over this fence back here.
She's still in the front
He
of that
might be in
house,
this yard. We did see a big dog there.
So
And we're looking for the guy.
Pretty.
All right, and we're still looking for the guy. He jumped over the fence and ended up in this backyard here, but there's a bunch of trees, and we're not sure if he went into the home. The Firebird helicopter down below us, police officers, and they're obviously taking the woman into custody if they can find her. I didn't see where she went. And we're looking, folks. And they're up over it, the Firebird helicopter.
So it looks like they do have a K-9 unit out there. Bruce, where exactly are you guys now? Where did this finally come to an end?
Let me see what they're going to do here before we get into that. Okay, go around the side. The woman's on the ground there. Go around the side there, buddy. Okay, looks like they're taking the woman into custody. She's underneath here. There she goes into custody. And they still have to find the guy.
So she just stood in the front of that house. She did not try to run the way he did. He jumped that fence.
Right, now he jumped the fence right here, and we lost him in the trees. We're not sure if he broke into the home. And now I'm sure they'll set up a perimeter. They've got cars on both sides of this, officers. There's an officer here. You have the SWAT vehicle there. So they've got these 2 homes, 4 homes, 6 homes surrounded in this area. Okay, we're listening to the... Okay, so they're talking about possibly he jumped. First we saw him jump into this yard over this fence. They think he might be in this yard with all the trees. the red roof they're talking about. So that's one right there next to the green one. So they think he's in here somewhere. They will bring the dog in, and I guarantee you if they bring the dog over, as soon as they bring the dog over, they'll find this guy. We're going to kind of stay in this area and try to get a shot, a little straighter down shot of that red roofed home in that area and see. There was a big dog in this yard. After he crashed the car, jumped over this fence, there was a big dog back there, so maybe that scared him out of the yard. And the dog just was barking and jumping, but not really at him. So they think he's in this area right here by this red house. And the neighborhood we're in, I'm sorry, I really was too tight on him to read any of the street signs. But they've got this area surrounded. You see there's an officer in the street. They're bringing in the armored vehicle. And so once again, they lost the guy at this point.
Get off and continue. In fact, that's what we saw right there. You see that driver just heading north on light rail tracks in the downtown Phoenix area, narrowly missing that van you saw there. And eventually, the driver made their way west, never getting on a freeway, staying on these side roads, neighborhood streets. Take a look here. This is where we saw the collision. Watch here. So, I mean, we haven't seen anything right now to suggest that anyone has been seriously injured. That was a head-on collision there, and you hope those people are okay.
here he comes through a neighborhood. Crazy through a neighborhood. And yeah, he's got one tire that's out. One tire, his left rear tire. We saw something explode. There he goes. He's just losing control. Look at this guy.
Well, that was a wild chase across the valley. This one took a lot of dangerous turns. This morning, at least, those two suspects are behind bars, but not without a canine officer at least being killed. Now, this all started near 51st Avenue and Broadway. Police spotted the driver and a passenger in a stolen car.
Yeah, that sparked that wild, very dangerous chase as those suspects drove up 43rd Avenue near Bethany Home, where police say they then held the driver at gunpoint, then took off once again, driving crazy through the entire valley. But it didn't stop there. Officers eventually caught up and confronted that duo in a parking garage at the Biltmore Shopping Center, where a second carjacking took place. According to police, that suspected driver pointed a gun at them, so an officer fired, but those suspects got away. Officers eventually used stop sticks in a neighborhood near 29th Avenue and Barrage Lane. That's when both suspects took off running, but that woman ended up surrendering. However, the guy kept running, jumping fences, so the SWAT team had to be called in. They put an entire neighborhood on lockdown while they searched for that very dangerous man. Now, knowing that suspect was armed and very dangerous, they sent in a canine officer.
Bain went in and sadly gave his life to protect the officers. ADOT paying tribute to him last night with these freeway signs. Take a listen to what the Phoenix police chief had to say about this.
Got into the attic, and after some discussions and trying to get him out, he refused to. We sent Bain in to do what the dogs do. They are our protectors, they are our partners, and it's definitely with heart that we lost Bain.
Canine Officer Bain was a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois. He had been with the Phoenix Police Department for just over a year. After his body was found, the canine was rushed to an emergency vet clinic, and as you can see there, a tribute as officers lined the parking lot to escort his way. Now, the suspect at this point still hasn't been named, and we don't know what charges he will face. But it is a Class 6 felony to kill a police dog in Maricopa County. Thank you for your service, Officer Bain.
A canine officer is dead after a carjacking suspect leads police on a high-speed chase and barricades himself inside an attic.
Sky 12 capturing the heartbreaking procession of the beloved dog, and the ADOT signs paying tribute to Canine Bain. Bain was on the police task force for nearly 2 years. Vets are still trying to figure out exactly how he died.
The whole ordeal started with 2 carjackings, one at the Biltmore Fashion Park. Police trying to stop a silver SUV. Investigators claim the suspect pointed a gun at them, so they opened fire and didn't get him. The suspect then carjacked a woman at gunpoint, getting away in her white SUV.
Then, after driving erratically, the driver slams into a van and keeps on going, creating quite a few near misses out on the roads. And if that isn't enough, the suspect guns it going onto the light rail tracks. Take a look at this. This is along Central Avenue after getting stuck at an intersection.
The wild chase eventually coming to an end with police throwing out spike strips, blowing out some of the tires on the stolen car. The driver kept going, but eventually crashed into a yard, jumped over a fence, and would hide in the attic of a nearby home.
After the encounter with Bain, Sky 12 catches medics lifting the suspect onto a stretcher, taking him to the hospital. A female passenger in the stolen SUV is also in custody. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emma Jade. Korea Bay has the night off.
And while we wait for answers and a motive behind all of this, the Phoenix Police Department is in mourning tonight after losing a brother in arms. Team 12's Bianca Bono is live from Phoenix with details on that and the chaotic chase. Bianca?
Well, Mark and Emma, the chase coming to an end at the house right behind me. We're near 27th Avenue and Bethany Home, and it's also where, sadly, Bain lost his life. As you can imagine, Phoenix police officers, especially the canine's handler, are devastated. A motorcade procession making its way through Phoenix for a fallen hero.
We're actually dealing with very, very violent people in our community.
The canine officer being honored across the valley, Bain, a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois. He had served on the Phoenix Police Department for a little more than a year.
They are our protectors, they are our partners, and it's definitely with heart that we we lost Bain.
Phoenix Police Chief Jerry Williams emotional, describing what happened to Bain. Police chasing a dangerous suspect. The guy eventually crashing into a front yard. The suspect then breaking into a home, barricading himself in the attic.
After some discussions and trying to get him out, he refused to. We sent Bain in to do what the dogs do.
But Bain doesn't make it out alive. Officers arresting the suspect, eventually finding him on top of the dog.
The end message in this one is that violence against police has to stop.
Ultimately, Bain's heroism allowing for police to arrest the armed suspect. While veterinarians try to figure out exactly how Bain died, people living in this neighborhood are thankful for his service.
All the dog was trying to do was trying to work for its service to attack him.
That was so unnecessary. It was so sad. It was just a little puppy.
Again, police opening fire on the suspect at the Biltmore, claiming he pointed a gun at officers. Chief Williams says that's the 17th officer involved shooting this year, and she's now pleading with the community to stop with the violence against police officers. We're live in Phoenix tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News at 10.
To that vehicle to begin the procession. Bain, a police dog, a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois on the Phoenix Police Force. And you can see that all of those officers standing at attention to pay their respects. This is video from earlier for those that missed it. And now we're watching, I'll switch back to a live shot. We're watching as that, as Bain heads up the I-17 a procession, several vehicles, canine officers, looks like. I would imagine that's a pretty tight-knit community, the canine officers and their handlers. And this just happened today. Bain was just doing his duty like any other police dog. Those dogs are absolutely amazing. We watch them just about every day from the news helicopter, doing a really incredible job. And now you can see these officers lined up, hands over their hearts, waiting as Bain, as that truck with Bain's body passes by. This is Midwestern University, correct? So it looks like Bain is being taken to Midwestern University clinic of some kind, and this procession for Bain on the day that he was killed in the line of duty. That is correct. Midwestern University. Unsure. I believe they'll... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You can see those officers lined up at attention, paying respects to Bain, the 3-year-old Belgian Malinois canine officer with the Phoenix Police Department who was killed in the line of duty today. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be rolling Bain's body in right now. Midwestern University. Yeah. You see that American flag folded. Copy that. Talk back in 2 minutes. Copy that. This is on 3, correct? Who's tossing to me? Thank you for joining us for this procession of Bain, the police dog. Rest in peace, Bain. And our hearts were with that, with Bain's partner.